All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty of healthcare. At Mayo Clinic Laboratories, you led the digital transformation and rebrand with the C-suite. What inspired the change, and how did you connect rebrand to actual commercial outcomes?
We spent a lot of time clarifying our position relative to the competitors, LabCorp Quest. We then, took that as that opportunity to say, hey, we got to modernize our digital ordering practices so that we are up there with the creme de la creme of the big guys, and redefined the internal tools under the hood as well. So we went through a digital transformation related to our MarTech stack, looking at the IT systems underneath as well. And I partnered closely with our systems architecture and IT teams to define that and to realign it. And then we aligned our brand narrative with those measurable commercial outcomes of really truly driving revenue, and having better customer experiences and measuring that. Because again, brand changes and brand name changes is just commercial architecture, of being expensive. It could just be viewed as expensive art, or revamping the MarTech stack. That's just really expensive spend if you are not also taking a close look at revamping your internal roles and responsibilities. So what we did was really map that brand promise very directly to, simplified access for our customers, physician decision confidence, as well as the executive C-suite of these big health systems, kind of seeing that our tools are top of the line, our brand is top of the line, and being able to get to that clear value architecture, and be able to articulate that. And the goal wasn't about awareness, right? We already had a ton of awareness as Mayo Clinic. It was truly the revenue conversion by having better clarity, better tools, better access, and a brand that really stood for confidence and for trust, like Mayo Clinic does.
I love that you took the time to reduce the friction, right? That if the customer experience. And so working on that under the hood stuff within the company, right? Like once we get an order, how do we make this best in class? And also externally, right, to the customers, how do we make sure we are competing with the other guys out there on our A plus levels so that when we drop the new brand name and people go, aha, this is a company I know and trust, and they go to buy, they have a great experience through the whole process. I mean, what an ambitious thing to do a rebrand with an external systems and internal systems at the same time. But what's the outcome? The outcome is not only do they recognize they start the buying process, but they finish the buying process and you get more revenue. Amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but that's what it takes, right? That's what it takes to really elevate and push the revenue, is to that clear alignment from your people, your process, your technology, and kind of all in your marketing. All of it's got to sing off that same sheet.
I love this as an example because this is what it takes to go from the messy middle revenue, group up to sort of that enterprise grade. These are the types of things you have to be thinking of. It's not a new logo. A new logo is not going to get you there. You need to think about your brand, your perception, what it feels like to go through the process. I mean, this is just a killer example. Thanks for bringing it, Angela.